Hello, people. We are back. A2TP podcast, episode 151, and we are back for another episode of us. It's your boy, International Walk.
It's your girl, Taj, the co-hostess with the boasters.
And we back, and you people can find us out there on Facebook, A2TPodcast.com, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, Podcast Index, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, Player FM, and iHeart fucking Radio, and Apple Podcasts. Find us there. That's where most people watch podcasts. That's where we chilling at. If you pop us up, you'll see us. So we chill there, you chill there, you watch. There we go.
And go and search for us so y'all can get us in the algorithm. You know?
Search for us. You like the show, tell 3 people. Tell 3 people to tell 3 people, and then we good to go.
You think we should do like a Christmas giveaway or something maybe
like a Patreon exclusive?
Nah, I'm saying okay, we have people share the story. Share whatever post we create, and then tag 3 people, and then we verify that they do it, and maybe get like a massage gift card or something.
Could be
just for supporting us.
Could be, or a Wawa gift card or something. People go to Wawa.
Yeah, but some people prefer
gas.
You can use a Wawa gift card for gas.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, whatever's on the gift card you can use.
We got something coming for y'all. Y'all been rocking
and
with us.
And who gonna turn down, full tank? Even if that's all it is. Full tank's a full tank.
Yeah, y'all been rocking with us. So we appreciate it. So stay tuned. More to come.
Let's get right to it. How are you?
I'm good. I say mentally, I have a confession. I'm probably... No, it's not bad. I'm working on myself and not allowing things to...
I don't mean that like I'm laughing at you working on yourself. I mean that in a sense of, oh my God, here go my wife again.
No, working on myself to not be easily angered. I was annoyed when you was like, hurry up, don't wash your hair. And it was bothering me a little bit, but I'm getting over it. So I know you don't care. But I'm
telling you, the second you have a blow up, you're going to set us back.
Oh my God. I'm telling you that you're provoking a blow up because you're ignoring me. I'm telling you
What am I ignoring?
You just listen.
I heard you.
I'm just saying to you.
I heard you.
I was working on myself and I allowed myself to calm down because it was unnecessary for me to feel any kind of way. And I recognize that.
So that's the 3rd time you said it. And I heard you the 1st time. I heard you the 2nd time. And I clearly received you the 3rd time. But I'm just telling you, I don't know where this is coming from. I don't think that this is you a month ago or what happened in your life that you started to result back to little pockets of anger. I don't know. All I'm saying is get it the fuck together. Get it under control because being angry at something stupid as that can cause us a setback. And I think that's our most important thing is for us to be still, loving each other is all I'm saying. I'm not disregarding what you're saying, and I heard everything you said. I'm just saying it ain't no reason, and this isn't an isolated incident. This is 2 or 3 times over the last week where it's what's with your little pockets of anger? You want to share?
I don't know. And I'm telling you that I'm working on it and recognizing it sooner so that it's not expressed outwardly. I got to talk to my therapist. Okay. I don't know.
I'm just asking, where do you think it? What are you thinking when you start getting angry?
I guess my course of action, when it's deterred, then I get perturbed. So, again, it's not a big deal. And that's just, maybe it's the control thing that's creeping back up on me. But it's the weird thing is, as much of a control freak as I have been for most of my life, some of it was out of necessity. And some of it was sort of out of nurturing where I felt like I had to be in control to make sure that I was protected, that I was okay. And if I'm in charge, then I know I'm going to be okay because I'm not leaving it in somebody else's hands.
To give you grace, there's been a time since we've been married for a couple of years now, but there's been a time recently where I've said on the show, you have toned that down. You have checked that, you was in therapy and you, not saying you're not, but you had toned being angry down. Even when something that didn't have to do with me would not go your way, you would know how to handle that. And recently, all I'm saying, as of recent, there's been a few times, a handful, not a lot, a few times where I can feel the vibe of, damn, why is she getting so angry right now? And this thing that she's getting angry about is so small, where 6 months ago, I seen her handle anger better than this. That's all I'm saying. Like, I've seen you go into a situation, it don't work out, and you be like, okay, like, and it's be like, damn, she handling her anger better. The therapy is working. Then as of recent, it's like, why is she spazzing about this little thing? Like, what's bothering her? What's eating at her that the anger is getting back at her?
I don't know. Maybe I need like
that's what I'm
some
saying.
Boxing classes or something. So like, I mean, not that I feel angry in the inside, but then maybe I do. Maybe I'm repressing some anger and like it's coming out in other ways. But I don't know. Maybe I just need to. I mean, because it's nothing I can think of immediately off the top of my head. Well, maybe one thing, but
that's my whole point. I seen you handle it better. So to me, and when I see you not handling it, it makes me think, what happened to her? Like, what? So who bothering her? Who messing with her? Is it me? Is it somebody else? Is she not telling me something? Like, something's pissing her off, and she's letting it out in these little ways where it's like, okay, Taj, you didn't have to be angry because I did that. Like, but that, I'm saying that kind of stuff, babe. Just follow me. Go, let me land my plane. That kind of stuff is what I'm talking about. Where it'd be like, you don't have to blow up like that because you know I'm not trying to hurt you and I'm just kidding.
Mm-hmm.
So
now can I hit you back? Say no. Okay, so mentally I probably was like a 9, but I'm back to a 10, like, you know, in that moment. So yeah. Work is good. Work is a 10. I'm transitioning into a new phase of my a new season of my job. You know, it hasn't been a year yet, so I'm getting to see, you know, what it was like in the summer, what that week was like in August, then what gala season was like, and now this season it's very slow. More administrative stuff to do, but very slow and quiet, which, you know, I enjoy. I'm still working, so work is a 10. No complaints there. Talked to some of my my colleagues that I used to work with in my previous role, and they missed me. And that, you know, I know that I did a great job, and I'm happy to be in a new role. But you know, it feels good when people tell you that they miss you. Yeah, and yeah, you need it.
No, go ahead, talk.
Okay. And then so financially we're 10. I'm grateful.
Back up.
Last week, well, yeah, I mean, last week we had some things going on, and I'm just grateful. I don't want to complain about anything. I know the holiday season is coming, but you know, we got some plans, and the plans ain't to go crazy about anything, which is good. So, yeah, just looking forward. I'm just really looking forward to the nostalgia of it. Like, I actually was thinking I wanted you to come home and like I had the house decorated beautifully. But then at the same time, I'm like, I know you take joy in that, so I didn't want to take that away from you.
No, it was last year when I came home and you had the stockings on the rail, and that really meant a lot to me because of, you know, what you did. So that meant a lot. The Christmas music, like that's what I'm looking when I come home. Like this week, I was like, all right, it's after Thanksgiving. When she gonna have the carols on? When she gonna have the stockings up? So those things, and I told myself I'm gonna buy her some red plants this year. Like, and then I'm gonna probably get the tree this week. But yeah, so I'm thinking, but I want to do it together. It works when it's together.
Exactly, and that's why I was like, I mean, I wasn't gonna do
that's the memory
shebang,
of it. That's the nostalgia of it. It's like, damn, we was decorating together. We was sitting down having coffee, listening to carols or something.
Yeah, but half of it was I wanted you to walk in and be like, oh. But I know how much you enjoy it. But just the nostalgia of doing things together, you know, finding fun things to do, whether it's a farm or a light show, or just enjoying the season and enjoying the time with other, you know, friends and family member. Yeah, I don't have that many, but yeah. So, but I'm just looking forward to it. And then physically, I'm a 10. I have to say, your girl is not the girl that's like, oh, Rob, I love the gym, but I love working out. I really do. I love the variety of working out. I don't like the repetitiveness of certain, even though it's all good for your body regardless. But I love the after fact where it's like, wow, that was a great workout. Getting there, I still struggle, but I make it. So that's the good part, right?
What about when you're in it? Of course, that's the great part is that you show up for yourself. What about when you're in it?
No, when I'm depending on what we doing when I'm in it, I love it.
Do you feel competitive with yourself, or do you just feel like, when is this over? Oh my God.
Depending on what we're doing. The treadmill, when is it over? Because our cardio is very regimented, so it's not like I can be like, oh, I'm gonna go harder today, or because I understand the program,
right?
But
I took the minutes today and got off the treadmill and put it into other cardio,
right? So then
heart rate was still up.
Then I'm competitive with myself, where it's like, with the sled, it's like, come on, I know you was like, we can take a break if we want. In my mind, I was like, no, don't take no breaks. Keep up with him. Do the thing. And I was ready to go for more. Like, we did one extra, and I was ready to go for more, if you wanted to.
No, you did an awesome fucking job.
So, I'm competitive with myself when...
And I don't know, do things like that in the gym make you mad? Like, when I push you?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
No.
Because sometimes it can feel like a vibe of, you want control there too,
and I have to control myself.
Yeah, because it's like, okay, Tosh, like, you getting in the way of what we're doing here because you just can't fall back. And because again, I'm getting my information from from Jorge, so he's giving us a program that's not like something I made up,
right.
But you seem like, in certain moments, not every day, but certain moments, it's like, okay, give me some control, and it's like, no, babe, this is my thing. Let's just do it.
It's not that I want to be in control. I guess I just be wanting to give a little bit of input. Because like I was saying to you, like, babe, I like that exercise. Like, maybe in the future if we can work it in. But okay, that like with the TRX thing, when I said that to you, we didn't do it till like 3 weeks later. So it's like, okay, that don't mean I want to go do it right now.
Right.
Like, so as I was starting to say earlier, despite how much I have had to be in control all my life, I actually enjoy the situations where I'm not in control, because it allows me to just enjoy the moment. Like, I have the thing with, like, I used to always be the family planner for events and all that kind of stuff. And I fell back where now I kind of get a little bit of anxiety when it comes time to plan stuff. Like, I'm doing my friend's Mr. and I'm excited about it. But I remember like last year was some emotional stuff involved too. Like, where I had planned something and canceled it, planned something for my birthday and canceled it. Because I start projecting and thinking, I don't feel like people's attitudes, not that people really give attitude, but 101 questions, or it's almost like I just want to tell people what to do, and they do it, and they show up, and it's seamless, and there's no issues. But when you're planning stuff, it really doesn't go like that.
This is just what it sounds like. Maybe are there clear boundaries in your personal life and with your friends? Because why would people have 101 questions? If it is what it is, and this is what Tasha has it, why the fuck are we asking her questions? And what's personal to her is personal to her. And does she make that clear? Or does people come up to her and ask her questions that she really don't want to answer, but she ain't really told this person, hey, I ain't taking questions.
I don't mean questions.
This is what the situation is, and I'm good with it, and I ain't taking questions on it.
I don't necessarily mean questions like that. I mean, it's almost like, okay, and it's not just the questions part. It's like the planning, the orchestrating, not knowing who's going to be available, or this, that, and the other. And it's like, so again, I'm looking forward to enjoying the fun aspect of it. But I also enjoy moments which are more frequent than not of just being able to be an attendee at certain events and not be the planner. Toya always, like, if I said, I think maybe even when I had mentioned the Friendsmas thing or something, she was like, is it going to be at your house? I was like, heck no. And the thing with that is, as much as I want to have like something small at my home or at our home with like really close friends, the thought of doing that makes me like, because I feel like I've seen her do it 99 million times. Like, I don't feel like you get to enjoy what you're doing because you're worried about your house staying clean. You're worrying about, whatever food. You're worrying about people being comfortable, people being in, and it's exhausting. It's tiring. So that, like, really, I don't want to say it's out the question, but it's one of them things where it's like, I enjoy being able to relinquish control. I've learned to enjoy it in moments, but then sometimes it rears its head where it's like, I want to do what I want to do. So I'm 10s across the board though.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that with
Yeah,
all the
I feel good.
the backstory.
Yeah, I feel good. I feel good. So, thank you for
Cool.
letting me get that out. This was like a mini therapy session. You want to charge me?
Babe, I just be wanting to know what's wrong with you, and I know you better than anybody, and I don't be wanting to beef with you or fight with you, and I can tell when something is the matter with you, and I be hoping that you understand that I know the difference in your moods and stuff, and talk. Tell me what the fuck it is before you lash out at me over some stupid shit. And again, we not speaking for a long time, or we calling some emergency therapy, or you saying sorry 2 days later just because you got mad because I put the pillow on the left side, not the right side. Like some stupid shit like that.
But if you know I like it on the right side, then why would you put it on the left side?
Mm-hmm. Shit happens, though.
Right.
Everything that I like don't happen, so, you know.
How are you?
I've been tired this week. I'd like to get some coochie this week, but I'm tired, you know. It's everything that you want to happen don't happen. That's all I'm saying.
Available.
Oh my God.
How are you?
I'm good. Mentally, I feel like a 9. I'm a little warm right now in my head.
Cause my baby don't feel good.
Yeah, I'm not 100%. I would say right now I'm like 80%, maybe 75 because it's nighttime. But I'm here, you know. I'm showing up for another week. So I'm like a 9. Finances, I feel like I'm a 9. There's always something to do, but I'm blessed by God and highly favored, so I appreciate that. Work is a 10. Got no complaints there. Physically, I feel like
you are big.
You know, I try to like be modest about it, but I'm fucking huge. Like it's like Arnold Schwarzenegger out here. So, you know, I'm big as shit. It's just I don't know how else to do. I'm sorry, I'm so calm about it, but it's what I expected.
Sir.
Okay, let me get my shit off.
It's off. You got it.
Damn.
Off. You got it off.
Let me get my shit off. Physically I feel like a 9, so that's where I'm at. Wows and woes. Ups, downs, stops, goes, blacks, whites.
My wow this week was just being able to come back from vacation, you know, reacclimate to our regular schedule. Vacation, you know, like we told y'all we went away, and just enjoying each other, enjoying the time. Nothing, you know, magnificent, you know, stars and fireworks happen, but just another great week. My woe is my baby not feeling good. You know, I haven't been able to kiss him because we don't want to share germs. You know, I don't want to get sick. He has never had the C word, you know, since the onset of the pandemic, at least not any outward symptoms. I've had it twice, we think. Once we know for sure. Once we think was like the onset. It was bad. But, we just really careful about germs and stuff like that and not sharing when we sleep together. But I sanitize and disinfect and all that. But, you know, I just want my baby to feel better.
Yeah, and I mean, as we tape this today, 2 days ago, you know, the start of our week, I felt worse. So it's like, as the days go on, you feel a little bit better. Mm-hmm. So I know I'm in the...
You feel like the gym helps? Like, sweat it out?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, the gym hurts. Because after the gym, you feel normal. Until you calm down, then it's like, oh, there go the sniffles again. But while you're in the gym, it's like you don't feel any of that shit.
But do you think that's a little gross to go to the gym and share your germs?
Oh, man, the guy in the blue shirt yesterday, did you see him with the weights around his waist?
Oh, yeah.
He's sneezing in his hand, put the tissue in his pocket, then grabbed the bars and did like that. Before he didn't put no hand sanitizer on. I wanted to take him like a napkin over, like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? You just blew your nose. You couldn't get it out. You was digging up there with the tissue, digging up there. You blew it again. Your nose all red. You put the tissue in your pocket, then you grabbed the bars and did the fucking things. I'm like, that's horrible.
That's why we wipe down. We gotta make sure we wipe down the equipment before.
Yeah, I'm like, that's horrible.
Yeah, what's your wows and woes?
My wows and woes is that I had my woe is that I don't feel good. So let's just get that out the way. I'm not 100%. My wow is that I had therapy this week, and I'm dealing with some shit with my child, my kid, and I really needed some advice about it, and I needed it from a parent. I know I get a lot of my advice from my wife, and I bust a lot up with her about stuff. But this particular thing, I just felt like I needed advice from a parent. And So that was my wow, is that I was able to talk that through and get that out and get some advice on how to deal with that situation. So I'm extremely happy about that I have resources and people in my life that I can go to and get that.
Even though I'm not a parent, you didn't want to share with me? I mean, I'm not necessarily saying on camera.
No, I mean, I'm not against sharing with you. It's just I wanted to get that information in my brain first before, I share completely with you. But no, I don't have, it's not anything that I won't share with you, or I was telling myself, can't tell her this. No.
Okay, it's just
yeah, we just never broached the conversation in depth.
Okay.
Plus, it's a little upsetting, but yeah, we'll talk about it.
Okay. I don't want you to be upset. Talking about parents.
Yeah, talking about parents and these kids and what's going around the internet. My man T.I., Tip Harris, and his son King. There's a clip that's out with him arguing with his mother and father on video, talking about how he's staying on business, and what they saying to them, what they're saying to him is cap, and he know them, and all this kind of stuff. Me personally, right? My son speaks to me this way, I will bust his ass. No doubt about it. Now, if you got a daughter, it's different. You got to treat girls different. That's the double standard. I have a daughter, so I wouldn't be able to address the situation as aggressive as I would want to. But my son telling me I'm talking cat, like these fucking young people words, like my attitude would be, you can't even, like, no matter how cool you think we are, no matter how much of a friend you think I am to you, I'm your fucking father, and you can't even say those sentences to me. You can't tell me I'm capping. You can't tell me you stand on business. As my grown son, nah, I will bust your ass.
So it started with fodder. Like, they was joking back and forth because it's one of those situations where we kind of talked about this before. We have nephews who, have not, despite the fact that their parents have been raised in the hood, they have not been exposed to the hardships in that life of the hood. But they'll claim hardships. Captions and pictures and stuff like, oh, they from this area, they from this area. And it's like, not really, you're not. You had a great suburban life, or, you might not have been in the suburbs, but thank God you've been well taken care of. So it was one of them situations where, they was calling him like a silver spoon kid. And he was like, nah, y'all crazy. I don't think it's necessarily wrong, depending on the context of a conversation. Like, for kids to use slang, like, you capping.
I think in that situation where what he was doing with the player on the field, that's how this started. Him embarrassing himself and the family, arguing with a player on the field, talking gangster shit to a football player. So when T.I. tells him, you embarrassing us, your family, and yourself, stop, then stop. Like, I don't understand how, and then you start talking that stuff, that's where it comes out, oh, you a silver spoon kid. Like, these kids today, and you know what I'm talking about, where they want to be from the hood so bad. And it's like, they exposed him. He was a kid who grew up behind a gate, like, wasn't in the end. He used to hold his breath because I want to go to my grandma's house to be free. I don't want to be behind these gates.
He wasn't, at a young age, he was allowed to go live with his grandma,
right?
Because
and he said that my grandma raised me,
because he didn't want the suburban life. He wanted to, live the hood life. He wanted to be free. He wanted to be exposed to what other kids were exposed to. And according to him, it was only on the cameras where it was like he was at home. Okay, all well and good, but I do think where it escalated, because it did started them just kind of joshing back and forth, like them saying, basically telling him he's capping, and he like, no, I know. And then I think the embarrassment, which is what, it's the same thing you see young boys end up getting into a fight or getting shot on the street because you let your ego and your pride get in the way. He was embarrassed because they was like basically clowning him, telling him,
you are talking to your father.
You are not a gangster. Like, you ain't tough. You ain't hood. And he felt embarrassed and he didn't check himself. And I agree. Like, when T.I. was like, you can't do nothing with me. Like, you can't beat him.
That means I had to put hands on you, or you tried to tussle with me.
Yeah, like you can't beat me. and the fact that he was on live, like, doing this, it's like everything for a show with these kids. But, you know, when your dad hem you up by your collar and body slam you with one hand,
that's no
then you
different
wouldn't be
from
crying.
when I know times have changed, but that's no different from when we was young. And say we're having a conversation in the living room with our mom or our dad, and we said, "Nah, that's not true. You lying." We couldn't say that.
No.
We could not tell a parent or an adult that they was lying. It was almost like a curse word if you said that.
It definitely
So
was.
now that transfers to capping. Like you, and I know you're not saying the word "you're a liar," but that's basically what you're saying. You calling me a liar. I'm telling you something and you telling me I'm capping? Like, nah, I'm not your friend. Like, I'm not your peer. Like, I'm your dad, and you don't fucking tell me I'm capping. And I like you telling people on live, oh, I know you. Like, bro, you know the line you're crossing with the man shit. Because now you're getting to the point where you're being aggressive, and I'm gonna have to show you some aggression back.
Yeah.
When you start talking about I know you, like, where's that going? Because if a nigga on the street talking to me like that, it's going somewhere.
Not only that, it's like I looked at it like whatever you do know about your personal family life, like where's the respect of whatever you know? You shouldn't even be threatening to say anything about your family's personal life to the public. Like that right there, like there's a line that needs to be established that you need to know not to cross.
And the disrespect.
But these kids get full of themselves.
The disrespect, the entitlement, like that's clear. Excuse me. That's clear in this situation. And it's like these kids don't understand. Like he might not even know who his dad is. All he know is that's dad. But you don't know who the fuck Tip is. Like,
I'm
you
sure
don't know
from the streets.
But I'm just saying, you ain't from the streets, and you can hear stories and all that shit. But
right,
I had a fucking life before you got here, bro. And I was in the street doing shit before you got here. And I'm a certain man before you came here. All you know is the person I showed you, which is dad. But when you start talking that I'm capping shit and being disrespectful, bro, like, not my son. Like, I will bend you in half, bro. Mm-hmm. Tie you in a knot, and you be calling for your mom because your arms is in a knot. Like, but you will not talk to me like that.
It's one of them situations, too, where you think this had to be, like, he's an adult by age at this point. But this is something that you should have checked. I'm sure he's been acting out in this kind of way before. So this is something that should have been checked previously, because now he's even more full of himself, because it's like that. I don't know if he's 18, 19, 20, whatever, however old he is right now. And he's going to carry that, oh, I'm an adult, I'm grown, where no, you a kid. You're a kid at heart. I mean, you
don't know shit.
Yeah.
You don't know shit. And you just like, oh, I'm grown. This has been an ongoing thing with T.I. and his son. Like, this isn't like a one-time incident. We know he's been going through shit publicly with King for a long time, with talking shit back and forth to each other. But if I tried to approach you like a father and give you grace and talk to you like a man, and then we get to this point, like, the aggression is warranted. Like, I have to put hands on you. It's not like I started out putting hands on you. I tried to tell you, yo, you wrong here, you wrong there. Stop doing this here, stop. I tried that dad approach. But when you start talking about I'm capping and you know me, like, you just taking it to another level with your father that I don't think you should.
Yeah.
I don't think you should. And that's crazy. Like, what is it with these kids and the entitlement of, or just wanting to be from the hood? Like, what is it with that? If you grow up behind a gate, then your peers grew up behind a gate too.
But not necessarily.
And it's like, now you want to go to grandma's house. Grandma don't live in the projects. So grandma might not live behind the gate where we live in the mansion, but it ain't like grandma live on fucking 25th and Diamond.
But it's different. See, it's different.
So you can go play basketball and go play football with friends, but it's not like you standing on the corner gangbanging. You getting that hood life experience.
But you say that because you had the freedom. There's something about when you grow up more confined, and like, I'll tell y'all, when I was a kid, I like hearing about all the shootings that used to go on in Compton. I wanted to live in Compton so bad. I don't know why. I just wanted to see like what it was like. And that's the dumbest thing ever. Especially now knowing how much I crave peace, and I'm happy that like I don't live in a place where you hear gunshots and stuff. But like as a kid, when you're not exposed to that life, it's kind of like you want to see what's out there. It's like, you looking through the window like, I want to see what's going on. And yeah, while grandma might not have been in the projects, but she also wasn't behind the gate. And then going to grandma's house, I had more freedom. Just because I'm at grandma's house don't mean I'm at grandma's house. I'm at grandma's house and I can get my bike and ride my bike to the other side of town that my dad would and my mom would never let me go. Grandma don't really know where I'm going, but I got more freedom.
I hear you. I could appreciate that as a young boy wanting some.
You want to see what's out there until you get burnt, and it's like, it either scares you or unfortunately it turns you on even more. Then you feel like you gotta even go harder to be a part of the streets. I'm grateful like for the young men in our life that we love that they didn't crave it to that point where they wanted to put themselves out there. Maybe the image at some point when they were younger, but they had good people in their lives where it was like, okay, I'm cool with where I'm from.
But imagine you going through that teenage thing that mom and daughters go through, and your daughter tell you, "You're not gonna put your hands on me because I stand on business."
Yeah.
We just got through talking about your little pockets of anger. That's a huge pocket of anger. What would go down if I'm sitting downstairs watching podcasts and I hear little Tasha say, "Nah, you ain't gonna hit me today. I stand on business. I'm just gonna mute the TV." Like, what's gonna happen now?
Yeah.
Like that's not going over well with the parent.
No, it's not. And again, I'm not in any way, shape, or form condoning what he did or his mouth. Like, he needed to be checked expeditiously.
Yes.
Like
immediately.
Yes, like Clifford Harris would say. Like, yeah, but again, it's one of them situations where you give kids, you give them an inch, they take a mile. Like, they let his mouth go too far.
And you can have some bravado, you can have some say so, but that shit you showed was totally across the line. First off, you went live. That's number one. Second of all, you don't tell your parents they're capping. That's saying, because when I was a kid, I couldn't tell my mom, "You're a liar. You're lying." That's the same shit. Like, I would have got my teeth knocked down my throat if I'd have said, "You're lying." And lying isn't a curse word, but it's almost derogatory to say to an adult.
And I think it also depends on the context of the conversation. If we like joking with the kids and we trying to prank them, like when my sister was telling them that we wasn't coming, they was like, "Man, whatever, you capping, you can," like, they joking, they playing around. Now, so I mean, again, I get it. It depends on the context of the conversation.
It didn't matter the context of the conversation. I couldn't call the adult a liar. Could you?
No.
Any context of the conversation?
No, I'm not saying a liar. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what capping is.
But again, even that, like, our oldest niece was like, "Nah, you lying. I don't believe you. They coming." But it was in a different context.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah, it was in a different context. But it's a very small window where that's allowed.
An adult hears a child saying, "You're a liar," like the radar goes up. Like, what? What you call me?
Yeah, it's a very small window of a very small room for that to be acceptable. But, again, I think they should have checked him a while ago. And what they also going to have to realize, he got to be excluded. When y'all talk about the family, but if he don't know how to act, exclude him. The other two out there doing their thing, they, in the music industry, you don't hear no riffraff from them at all. His oldest two sons. You don't hear no riffraff from them. So,
Damani and
Messiah.
Yeah, Messiah. Yeah, I mean, I hope that everything works out with him. I hate to see, like, a father and son, black father and son arguing, like the son going live and all that shit. And I like T.I. I like Tip. So, like, just, Now,
do you think it's something with this? Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I think in this situation, aggressiveness and violence is warranted. I don't think in every situation. Because to get even deeper, he might ring off on T.I. like this because of some resentment that he's holding
something
back.
That we don't even
know about. So the violence and aggression isn't the best approach for that. But when you take it to this level, then I have to show you, like, you son, you're not. If you find a better way to talk to me or to get your shit off other than to tell me I'm a liar or just approach me like that.
No,
because what am I supposed to give you back with that energy?
No, do you think it's something with this generation? Because I think about him. I think about like Coyle Ray and how she was beefing with her dad on and off the internet. Is it something about these kids that, you know, they got to take stuff to the internet and want to have these like stand, for lack of better words, take these stand on business stances, you know, against their parents, right, wrong, or indifferent. I'm not saying, you know, with Coyle Ray and Benzino, you know, whatever. But do you think it's just something with this generation and this social media that just makes them feel like they have to broadcast everything that's...
Yeah, because I think this generation, I say 25 and below, born into the internet, that don't know life without the internet, they care about what people think, hence likes and all that kind of shit, and followers and all that. So whenever they get a problem, unlike us where we might want to take our problem to our peers or our therapist or something like that, or a parent and get, or older friend and get some advice, they take theirs to the internet. And whatever feedback they get, the public perception, that's the side that, it's like they go there looking for people to agree with their narrative. Mm-hmm. And then that makes them feel better. And then it makes them secure in their thought to say, okay, it's okay to feel this. So if I'm mad at my dad and I go to the internet and tell people why I'm mad at my dad, if I get enough people that say, yeah, you should be mad at him, then I feel comfortable in being mad at him.
You know, one thing, and this is kind of like digressing a little bit, but I just want to say this. I admire people who are not on social media in any form. Mm. I do. It's like it's a detachment, and I don't know anybody personally, but I know like some people who I went to high school with, and they have this friend who, you know, she's just not on social media, and I know her too from school, like know of her, but it's just one of those things where it's like, wow, the fact that you have
religious reasons or just discipline.
Nah, yeah, just. Never.
Did something happen where it's like, okay, this isn't for me, or it's just I never even went that way?
Yeah, I think it probably started like I never went that way, and then it was like, nah, I'm just choosing to, like, ain't no point in doing it now.
Because I can understand people who went that way, got on social media, some bad experience happened, and they was like, nah.
And I ain't talking about the people who don't post, but you see them in every story.
Lurkers.
You know, yeah, or they like,
the lurkers.
Yeah, or they may even like stuff, but I'm talking about the people who just, nah, don't have a login, never punched in, never created a username. Like, I admire that.
Yeah. So shouts out to T.I. and his son King. I hope they get that shit together. I want to play you a clip real quick, and you just tell me what you think of said.
Do a tube of toothpaste a week. Damn, a week? A week. I brush my teeth on average about somewhere between 7 to 10 times a day. God damn! I brush my teeth 2 times before I leave the house in the morning to go to do first take. What? I brush my teeth before I go down to eat breakfast. I go back upstairs and brush my teeth again. I get to work, I go to the bathroom and brush my teeth again. So I brush my teeth 3 times before I go on air. I come home, I eat, I brush my teeth again. I'll take a 30-minute nap. I get up, I'll brush my teeth before I go to the gym. I come home, I'll eat, I'll brush my teeth again.
That's enough goddamn brushing now. Goddamn, how many goddamn toothbrushes you go through, Nat?
I change my toothbrush every 2 weeks.
You know how my toothbrush is cold? You told me you go through it every 2 weeks?
I do. You know your boy.
Brushing your teeth 7 to 10 times a day. I personally don't think nothing's wrong with that because I spend a lot of money on my teeth and I want to take care of them. Do you deem that to be excessive?
No, and I think it's
when it's laid out like that, it's not.
Yeah, like, because you think, okay, when you wake up, yeah, you gotta brush your teeth. Like, who wants to eat breakfast without brushing their teeth? And then you eat breakfast, you want to get the food off of them, so you brush your teeth. Now, driving to work, I get it because sometimes
going on TV.
Yeah, but yeah, like, and then you may have been quiet for a while, or you may have been talking for a while, and I wonder if it's more about keeping his teeth clean or keeping his breath fresh, or a combination of both. Right. So I don't, yeah, that's a lot, but I don't see anything wrong with it. I don't think, I mean, and it doesn't sound like he's obsessive about it in a sense where it's like he's strategically doing it at pertinent moments. You take a nap, you wake up, yeah, brush your teeth. You got sleep breath.
Yeah, you got sleep
So
breath.
it's not like I'm sitting
here for... You have a meal, you want to brush your teeth. Now, the brushing the teeth before the meal and after the meal, you probably can lose one of them brushes or probably not because if you didn't eat anything, then why are you brushing your teeth?
That's what I'm thinking,
like
because
the taste of your food's gonna taste like toothpaste.
He's saying the ride from home to work and the ride from work to home, he's brushing his teeth. It makes me think in the car, either he's quiet for a long time, or he's nibbling on something, or maybe he's talking while he's in the car. But it doesn't sound obsessive to the point where it's like, I brush my teeth every 30 minutes. Then it would be like, you probably need to like talk to somebody. It's a little OCD-ish. But he's very strategic at the times and reasons why. I like it.
And going to work, you would just not want to be on TV with something in your teeth. Like, that's probably the worst feeling, is to have something caught in your teeth and you're on camera. So I could see a little obsessive compulsiveness behind that early morning brushes. But the other stuff, I think, like, should we be brushing our teeth that many times?
I'm definitely inspired.
Because it didn't seem excessive to me. It seemed like when it was laid out, it was like, okay, that's plausible, that's rational. Like,
I'm inspired by it.
Like, that's how I felt. Like, should I step it up?
I read something today, and it's also, this is why, things on the internet sometimes it's like, well, whatever.
Hold on, not to cut you off. People, how many times do y'all brush your teeth a day? And don't get me, some people on the internet, I've seen some stories where a woman was asked, or some girls were asked, what's something you would like to do that you would want to change about yourself? And some girls said they don't brush their teeth until 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
From like the morning time. Like, how do you get up and eat something or drink something without
You're
brushing
tasting
your
your
teeth?
own breath, like it. I read something just today, and it talked about not keeping your toothbrush in the bathroom. And they were saying it's pretty gross because not everybody closes the toilet when they closes the lid on the toilet when they flush it. So you think your toothbrush is there, the stuff that's floating in the air. And it just made me think, like, note to self, I want to get a new toothbrush and not keep it in the bathroom anymore. And then you just got to take it to the bathroom to brush your teeth when it's time, and then put it, take it back out of the bathroom. So,
I wonder if that would cut down if you had a case.
A case?
Not a top, those things that make
because I've heard that's
like a case.
But
flip.
But what's the difference in that and just in having a top? It's still enclosing it.
Plus, you want to dry it off before you put it in. Yeah. Put it in there wet. Yeah. I'm inspired, like she said, to change my toothbrush more often. We probably change our toothbrush, every few months, every quarter, every 90 days or something?
I would say maybe every 3 months.
Yeah, we change our toothbrush, but I probably brush my teeth twice a day.
I brush my teeth definitely twice, sometimes 3. I don't usually take a nap. I don't take a nap in the middle of the day, so it's not. But yeah, I brush my teeth when I wake up. I don't usually eat until like noon or after, and I don't brush my teeth right after I eat. But I'm inspired by this, and I brush my teeth. So minimum twice, sometimes 3, depending on what I'm doing.
Like he said, though, you go through a tube a week. Like, that's a lot of toothpaste.
And Sensodyne ain't cheap.
No, but I'm inspired, like my wife said, to brush 7 to 10 times a day.
Yeah.
On average, how much do y'all brush y'all teeth a day?
You want to get the black love?
The who?
Black love.
Now?
I didn't know I was working on time.
We got a little bit more time.
Okay.
Actually, no, we can. You don't know who Josh Giddey is.
I've seen the stories about Josh Giddey, and I did read. He has been accused of having a relationship with an underage minor.
Yeah, underage person. We ain't got to spend too much time on it. At the time, he's 23 now. At the time, he was 19. She was 15. So in certain states, 16 is the in this state that they were in, 16 is the consent.
Age of consent.
Is the age of consent. Should a 19-year-old can a 19-year-old sleep with a 16 if the state says they can? Like, is that wrong? I think if you're 15-year-old, I'm sorry.
I do think it's wrong. Like at 19, like your level of maturity. I also
think it's wrong too. I don't think no 19-year-old should sleep with a 15-year-old. So
yeah, your level of maturity is just different. I think once you're 18, now it gets a little tricky because if you're 18 and 17, or even 18 and 16, it's a 2-year difference. But I definitely think once you're 19, I think that 2-year window can probably hold because like 19 and 17, 18 and 20. But anything more than a 2-year window for someone under 18, I don't think should be allowed.
So 16, 18 is cool.
Yeah.
15, 17 is cool.
Yeah.
Or 14, 16, if that's the case.
And
they shouldn't be having sex.
Right. So, like,
I wasn't going to go no lower than that. That's just saying.
19, 17. But I don't think, it shouldn't be more than a 2-year window, I think, if I was in charge of making the rule.
I would go with whatever the woman says. So if you say that's valid, then that's valid.
Yeah.
But there's an investigation behind that.
I did hear something. Who is the sports reporter? Malika somebody?
Malika Thompson.
Okay, and then somebody had put up a post with her and was saying it's surprising how she has not commented on this at all. But when there have been black players who have had incidents or whatever, like she's dug into the archives to find stories about them. But yet with this particular story, she hasn't made any comments at all. How do you feel about that? Because I don't really know her history.
I would think that it's something that's biased. I would think that she probably goes in deep like that because it probably touches her personally or in her family in a way where she's just like eager to do that. Like, I'm going to go after the black players. And she probably, I can't say she doesn't know it, but she probably doesn't care like that. It just is
she's
what it is.
She's viewed that way.
Yeah, she's viewed that way.
I mean, and then also I would like to think it's not like she's an independent contractor. So who knows what information she may have been given by her studio or bosses not to speak
or
on
a
something.
Source. I mean, those analysts have sources on teams and talk to GMs and stuff. Maybe she has inside information on the stuff that has happened. Has the information has come her way. Maybe with Josh Giddey, it's not so readily available. So who knows?
19 and 15, that's out of pocket. And, girls, I know, we have, not in a sexual way, I can speak for myself, but we have, talked to older boys when we were younger, and it ain't right. They shouldn't have. I'll never forget when I was 12, 13, and was talking to this boy that was 18. Had met him on a church trip with my grandma. And lo and behold, just the irony of situations that happen, his sister's baby father got killed. And it ended up being in the newspaper. And he gave a comment. And so you know how to put like your name and then age? Well, baby, my grandma called. My grandma used to live right up the street from us. She called. Where your mom at? I was like, my mom, see, this is like a Saturday morning or something. Maybe Sunday morning. She was like, you know that boy you be talking to? You know he 18 years old? I was like, no, I didn't know that. Yeah, tell your mom to call me when she wake up. I said, okay, thinking I ain't telling my mom this, but I'm like, okay. Y'all, my grandma came to my house, which, again, I love my grandma. She was my favorite person in the world, but she didn't really come to our house like that. We always went to her house. It was only a block away.
So this was
She
serious.
came to our house, went upstairs in my mom's room. This might have been the only time in life that she did, like, with the paper in her hand. Wanda, you know that boy Tasha be talking to? You know he 18 years old? Lord have mercy. I ain't talk to him no more. Like, Shirley shut it down. And I mean, in theory, yeah, like, again, we used to talk. We met on a church trip. We used to talk on the phone. He used to come to my house and like, sit on the steps. That was it. But my parents were home. It was broad daylight. Like, they didn't know how old he was, and I wasn't going to tell, but... boy, I look back at him now like, ew, you was 18. Why was you like, I was 12? Like, that was creepy of you. Was. But in my mind at the time, it was like, oh, he liked me. Yeah. But, I know we talked to some boys that we shouldn't, but girls should be taught to not look at older men's attention as like a compliment. They should look at it predatory. Like it's predatory. It's a problem. And boys should be taught there are parameters. I had the biggest crush on him when I was 12. He was 16. And my cousin told him. And I ran in the house and was so scared. He kind of like laughed it off like, oh, whatever. Like, didn't pay me no. Like, when I say no attention, I mean no attention. Like, not a wink. I don't even think he ever spoke to me. Like, he was one of the boys in the neighborhood. I'm running around like, I don't even think he ever spoke to me until I was grown. Yeah. Like, almost grown, because then it was like a different kind of working relationship. But yeah, we never had any kind of relationship until I was 19.
I'm just not wired that way. So yeah, I'm proud of that. Like I ain't wired that way. You can miss me with a young girl, like grown women, somebody my age. Just talking about stuff that happened in your life. We ain't got to spend a lot of time on this. If you was paid $100 million to watch your entire life on video in front of your family, could you do it?
Oh, I just made my stomach hurt.
And this is a caveat, so I want to ask the question that way. So would you take $100 million to watch your life, everything you've done in your life, just play on video in front of your family, and at the end you walk out with $100 million?
Because you know everything about me, I could do I have to watch?
Yeah, you got to sit there and watch with me. So we watch your whole life from say age 11 till now.
Yeah, for $100 million.
Wow.
I would.
Wow.
I would. I mean, you.
Because I was going to ask the question. The second way is if you took out sexual stuff. If you would have said no, I was going to say if you took out sexual, but you said yes.
Well, if I had the chance to take some stuff out, then I would like some edits, please.
Because I mean, you're going to be like watching you have sex with other people and shit like that. So that's what I'm saying. You're watching your whole life play out, everything you've done.
But we have therapy and like we can get over that, right?
Yeah, but visuals is a motherfucker. You can't get over visuals. I can know stuff and people and dudes, but to see it would be like, wow, how the fuck can I look at you the same?
I think you'll be okay.
You think I'd be okay?
It ain't as bad as you
wouldn't
think.
be able to see mine? My whole life for $100 million?
I don't want to watch.
So you're a fucking voyeur. That's why you want to watch. You creep, you perverted motherfucker, you.
I'll be like, he's doing better over here.
Really perverted ass.
He don't skip no licks. Oh, sorry.
Yo, you're a knucklehead, man. That's a hell of a question, though. $100 million to watch your whole life.
Reverse that. Would you take $100 million to watch my whole life?
No, there's some things I don't want to see. I don't want to see you have sex with other people. I don't want to see, like, I ain't worried about some house you was smoking weed in or, like, some guy trying to talk to you. I'm talking about sexual intercourse. I don't want to watch that. That's all I'm saying. That's where I'm getting at. I don't use this like, yeah, I'm cool. I'll watch it because you're a fucking creep. That's why. You're a fucking creep.
We got some black love?
Yeah, no 3 grams, 3 black love. First question. What's one quality you wish you had that you don't?
I wish I was more disciplined. Yeah, I wish I was more disciplined. And it's weird because I have willpower to do things and challenge myself to things. Like, yeah, I smoked cigarettes for 6 months when I was probably like 19 years old. And I stopped cold turkey. Never again. Drinking, smoking weed. Like, I have willpower to stop things, almost like a challenge to myself. I think a challenge to myself when I feel that it's detrimental for me. But I do wish I had more discipline. So I won't say I don't have it. I wish I had more.
Patience would be for me. I never had a lot of patience, and now that I'm older, I have even less. And I wish, but I know how to manage it though. But I wish I had more patience with things. Yeah, my fuse is kind of short. But in therapy, I'm taught how to deal with that, so I don't have as many blow-ups about shit as I used to. I know how to channel my emotions. But I wish I had more patience.
It's weird because to me, it seems, and maybe it's just with me, it seems like you have come a long way in that area. Like you say, as you get older, you have less. But I feel like, un poquito.
It's not patience with you. You're my wife. I love you. It's grace.
Okay.
So I feel like I'm obligated to nurture my relationship. So I can't treat it the same way as something that I don't love.
Okay.
So that's what that is.
Have you ever broken someone's heart?
Yes. Yes. And I feel bad. Yeah. I don't like, yeah. I don't, I'm a girlfriend guy. I've always been that way since I was young. Don't get me wrong. I used to take full advantage of little girls saying you're cute and your tail and your curly hair.
When you were a little boy.
When I was a little boy, yes. When I was a little boy, I took full advantage of that. But I was always a girlfriend guy. Like I could leave 5 girls alone to be with a girlfriend if we're boyfriend and girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
So
like you were a relationship guy.
Yeah. So yeah, I've broken hearts before, and I don't like the feeling of it. Even thinking about it now, it's like, damn, like you piece of shit.
Now this isn't the question, but has your heart been broken?
Yeah. Yes, I've experienced heartbreak too. You don't know what love is if you ain't never been skinny, R&B songs, dark, not eating, like crying, no more tears, face dry, but you still got the ugly face, ain't shit coming out. You heaving and trying to like you ain't never been that deep in it, then you don't really know what love is. Yeah. I think, and that's like what they call like the teenage years, where you get your shit crushed.
Yeah, teenage years and older teenage years. See, I have broken a heart before, heart or two. Yeah, and it like I don't feel bad. I'm sorry.
Wow. I mean, I appreciate the honesty, but I'm just saying.
You know what? I think it's so I don't feel bad because I think they kind of got their karma back, but then I got it back again. So I don't feel bad. But I have had my heart broken. I used to say to people like, I would rather be physically beat up than to have my heart broken. Like the pain that
damn, I ain't never had nobody say that before.
The internal pain from having your heart broken,
you know what, though?
It is worse than the physical pain. Like, beat me up, but don't break my heart. Like, it hurts.
I can't
so
say
bad.
I disagree. I can't. I've been beat up and I've been heartbroken. I can't say I disagree. I never heard it put like that, but I can't say I disagree. Like that internal shit will change your life. Like you feel like your organs don't work. You feel like, oh man, you can't even you crashing out in the inside.
But wait, and like you might feel like you having a good moment or a good day, and all of a sudden you feel yourself like, like you be like, damn, I had a leftover trimmer.
Yep.
Or like having to be at work.
Yeah.
And have your heart broken, and you
gotta feel
like
some shit coming on, and you just like.
You gotta go on with your day and like be normal.
And you always had the lip. So, oh my God. Everybody don't have a tell sign. My wife has a tell sign. So you look over at her and she just like, like I'm fucked up over here.
Yeah. I'd rather be beat up than get my heart broken.
Wow. Last question. Why are we compatible? Obviously, your opinion.
I think we are as compatible as we are because we respect the fact that we're so different, and we embrace those differences. Like we're so different as similar as we are, like in what we enjoy. But
we can probably rattle off 20 things that we're totally different about.
And we embrace that about each other. I think we balance each other. I think that's where the compatibility comes in. We balance each other.
It's a true compatibility. Yeah. Like the scales are like this, and then together, it's really even.
Yep, I think that's what
like the yin and the yang of it.
Yeah, because and it's weird because some things kind of rotate. But it still balances. It's like, okay, put a little more over here, but put a little more over there. And then it might, put some of that over there, put some over there. But it kind of stays balanced. So I think that is what makes us compatible, is that we respect and embrace all of the things that are different about us.
I know. I love that. I really do. Yeah. Let's do a wrap. Act 2 the podcast, episode 151 coming to a close. It's your boy, International Walk.
It's your girl, Tash, the co-host with the mostest.
And we are on Facebook, act2thepodcast.com, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, Podcast Index, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, Player FM, iHeart fucking Radio, Apple Podcasts. Check us out. We right there on we come in the phone already. Like the app is right there. Like iHeartRadio, like, download. Everybody got that. And we right there. All you got to do is type in A2TP podcast. We'll pop up. So, again, your boy International Walk.
Your girl Tosh, the co-hostess with the mostest.
If you fuck with us, you fuck with us. If you don't, you should. Peace.